Welcome. In front of me is a Redmi Note 14 Pro, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at the device and its specifications. So you'll have to forgive me for my voice. I am a bit sick, so obviously it might not sound that great. But in any case, let's just get straight into it. There we go. Cutting my way in, and we have the phone. Okay, so we get a case, a charging cable Type A to Type C, and a phone. Now, booting it up, in a second we'll see the display. And going over the display specifications while it's booting up, it's a 6.67-inch display with a resolution of 1220 by 2712 pixels. It's an AMOLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus certification, Dolby Vision certifications, and a peak brightness of whopping 3000 nits. It also boasts an 88.9% screen-to-body ratio with a pixel density of 446 pixels per inch, covered with a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Display right here, really good. Next, if we move into the internals, I want to point out that this is a relatively small and compact device, before I get into it, but we have a 5500 mAh battery. Pretty decent, though it looks like this is actually still running the newer type of battery, the silicone something based one. So that allows the manufacturers to have, for instance, either the same battery size, physical size, with a higher capacity, or just same capacity but reduce the size of the battery, and that also allows them, or at least the battery, to be charged faster with less overheating. And this device though doesn't really do it that fast, as it's at 45 watts, but it's still faster than what Samsung offers. And moving on, the device comes with a Dimensity 7300 Ultra processor, a fantastic processor, has enough power. At this point, phones that are mid-range and high-end are basically as powerful as computers from like a couple years back. So this is like you're literally carrying a phone right here, and the high-end market for phones is just getting kind of ridiculous for how much you get to pay for minuscule upgrades of performance that you don't really get to use. So this, if you're wondering if the Snapdragon or Dimensity right here 7300 Ultra is fast enough, most likely it is, to get you through basically everything that you want. Now the device also comes with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage out of the box, the lowest end, but you can spec it up to 512 gigs of storage with 12 gigs of RAM, all options running UFS 2.2 storage type, which is a little bit crappier storage type than, for instance, flagships would run. And moving on to the cameras, which we have right here, it looks like we have a triple camera setup that isn't actually too shabby. So the main one looks to be 50 megapixel f1.5 aperture 26mm wide lens with optical image stabilization, 8 megapixel 2.2, 15 millimeters 120 degree ultra wide, and okay, there is a sticker camera, 2 megapixel macro. And with those cameras you can record videos up to 4K at 30 frames or 1080p at 60 with slow motion of 120. And then at the front, in the hole punch, we have a 20 megapixel wide sensor that also does 1080p at 60 frames, which is good. Now taking a look at around the device, we have our power button and volume rockers on the right side. At the top we get a surprisingly headphone jack, microphone I believe, or speakers. Then we got an IR blaster right here, so you can control appliances that use a typical infrared remote control, like for instance your AC units. Then we got some other hole, this could be a microphone here in this case. Then on the left side we get absolutely nothing. At the bottom we have our SIM tray, and that is just a SIM tray, there is no expendable storage, our charging port, microphone, speakers, and that's about it. Now in terms of the build quality, we have plastic back, so this is plastic. We also have the silicone polymer back, which is eco leather one, but this is obviously just plastic. We have a Gorilla Glass Victus 2 at the front, so right here, and we do have a screen protector already pre-applied as well. And the frame, I think it's plastic too, though it's not mentioned. One last thing to mention will be the IP rating. So we have IP68 dust and water resistant up to 2 meters for 24 hours, which is pretty good. And that's about it. Now, last thing to mention would be the price tag, and on GSM Arena, which is where I'm pulling these informations from, they are putting the price in, I think those are rupees, which I will need to do a quick conversion as I have no freaking clue how much that is. And that is just a little bit of over 1,000 PLN, which equates to about 260 US dollars. Let's see. I'm gonna try to quickly find this. There we go. Okay, so it's about 280 bucks. So, all in all, pretty solid device for the price. So I am looking at one thing right here and I'm getting a bit confused, making me think that I might not have read you the correct information. And yeah, I think I have messed up here. Let me just quickly backtrack this. Okay, now I'm getting a bit confused. So, my confusion right here, just to kind of go over this, is this is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro, which is what I am looking at. GSM Arena usually has correct information, but the one that they are listing is from September 2024, and I think this device was released just a little bit later. And on the box, we have 200 megapixel AI camera. And the specifications don't mention any AI camera. I'm gonna quickly check if there is anything else that is closer to what I have right here. And I think there is. It's probably going to be the global one. Yep. Okay, so I was wrong. So I was looking at different region, and apparently this specific phone differs in specifications based on region. Now that actually is pretty good information for all of you. Depending on where you buy it, you might have different specifications. This one particularly comes with a 200 megapixel main sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and again 2 megapixel macro, and does basically the same kind of recording. The front camera is the same. The processor RAM is the same, so it roughly is very comparable. There is a downgrade in battery size for this one that I have right here, as it has 5110 milliamp hour battery, and it is not the silicon based battery type, so that's why it's smaller, while the other one had 5500. So this one has a smaller battery, just a bit. But all in all, it's the same, outside of the camera difference and the battery size. So it's still a pretty good device, and price-wise, it is about what I mentioned, which is on a higher end for a device like this, but it's still very good pricing. Obviously, you won't see price like that from manufacturers like, for instance, Samsung, ever create a phone at this price range that comes with this kind of specifications. So you still get a massively upgraded device in this price range compared to bigger brands. But I want to kind of point that out. There are other manufacturers that create cheap phones that are very good, and one of those companies will be the Nothing brand. Now they have created CMF Phone 1, which is running the previous version of this processor right here, which is the Dimensity 7300, not Ultra. And other than that, it's going to cost you below 200 bucks. So it is a bit of a drop down in terms of price. but you also get to sacrifice the speed performance. But like I mentioned, these phones are already fast, so if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, that could be an option for you. But like I said, this one is still really good. So with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.